Hello, everyone, and thank you all for being here today. My name is Majil Acosta, and I run our teacher training and coaching program here at Teach for America Dallas-Fort Worth. Here at TFA, we help schools in underserved communities find great teachers and help those teachers be better for their students every single day. Our team at Teach for America DFW planned this event and to help all the families out there who are looking for ways to enjoy the holiday while being socially distanced. I am super excited to be here, y'all. I've seen the different things that y'all submitted, and we're gonna get a little chocolate making little tutorial. And so I'm just really excited that we all got to spend some time today with some wonderful panelists and wonderful people. So yes, welcome to everyone that is here. Bienvenidos a todas las familias que están aquí presentes con nosotros hoy. Gracias por estar aquí y esperamos que disfruten de esta noche. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin by introducing our panelists, our judges. So our panelists of judges had so much fun evaluating all the entries we received, and soon they're going to be able to announce the winner. But first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first head judge. First up, he is Kanan Sandrapandia. He is the Vice President of Motor Drive Business at Texas Instruments, and he's been there over 17 years. So, Kanan, can you tell us why you love the field of engineering so much?
So, hey everyone, first of all, very, very happy to be here. And it was a fantastic experience looking at all your work. And I am actually quite proud to be here. So a couple of things. Why do I like engineering? I mean, as far back as I can remember, I've always been fascinated by anything electrical or mechanical. So you could say that it was a natural inclination to towards engineering for me. But mostly, I think the reason I am so fascinated by this field is simply because it tells you how the world works. And if you spend time in it and you get a feel for it, you begin to understand your world and your surroundings so much more better than you can if you are not an engineer. That is my opinion. A little bit more about what I do at Texas Instruments. We actually create electric chips that basically run motors. So said another way, if you ever see anything in the world that moves by itself that is not alive, chances are we had a hand in that, right? We probably built something that makes that happen. Anyway, very nice to be here. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to this.
Thank you, Kanan. It actually, hearing you talk about it makes me wish I would have gone into an engineering field like you did. It sounds really, really super cool. And I love the passion that you just expressed. So can you tell us a little bit about what our winners can expect today?
So what the winners can actually expect today are effectively what we'll be doing is you'll actually win a 1-hour virtual experience. So you'll receive mentorship from a TI engineer, from a person who actually built some of the chips that I talked about, and engage in a TI technology demonstration. But even beyond that, you'll receive a wireless speaker made of parts and chips and other things that were engineered by the very people that you'll also meet when you go through the demonstration.
That is super exciting. Really, really awesome prizes. So excited for our kids to get to experience some of these prizes today. Next is another judge. This is Dr. Linda Silver, the CEO of the Perot Museum of Nature and Science. Linda, we here at Teach for America loved partnering with you to teach kids about STEM. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became a science educator?
Sure. Yes. Well, I've been at the Perot Museum for 3 years, but I have run science museums for 29 years now, and have always loved science, but really enjoy being on the education side of it. So helping kids, helping families learn more about their different passions, whether it's paleontology or biomedicine, and helping them think through what their careers could be in the future. And working at the museum, any day I get bored, I can just walk down to the dinosaur hall and hang out with our fossils. So I have to say, I think I have one of the world's coolest jobs running a museum.
Linda, that is super cool as well. I wish I could go downstairs and play with some fossils or look at fossils for my job. So a really cool job that you have. And thank you for being with us here tonight as well.
Happy to. Thank you.
Yes. And finally, we have our resident baking expert, Stephanie Likely Chalklin from the Kuluntu Bakery. Stephanie's creations bring people together, and we're really excited. She's the one that's going to be doing our hot chocolate demonstration today. Stephanie, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what we'll be doing together?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited to partner with Teach for America on this fun event. I've been able to do some other events, and I really enjoyed seeing all the creativity that went into the creations today. So I am the owner of Kuluntu Bakery, which is a cottage bakery based in North Oak Cliff here in Dallas. And Kuluntu means community in Xhosa, which is a South African language. And that's where we actually started our business in South Africa. So I specialize in sourdough bread and lots of other yummy things. And I also teach baking, different types of baking things. So today we're going to be making hot chocolate. And I also have to say that I come from a family of engineers. I did not get the engineering gene, but baking does involve a lot of science. So I'm constantly thinking about the science side of things. So with that, are y'all ready to get started? Okay. So we are going to be making a delicious, rich hot chocolate. It's going to blow your socks off. It's way better than Swiss Miss, although Swiss Miss is pretty delicious. So before we get started, the first step to baking or cooking anything in the kitchen, it's called your mise en place. That is a French term, and it means everything in its place. So we want to get everything together in its place so that we can cook or bake efficiently. You know, you don't want to be running to your fridge or the pantry with every step. You want to have everything right in front of you. So for those making hot chocolate with me, I have a few things here. I'm by my stovetop here, and I have some milk. I have some cocoa powder. I have water, which I've already measured out, and I've preheated it just to skip ahead a step. And then I have my chocolate chips. I also went ahead and measured this out. And then I have my sugar, just regular white sugar. I have my recipe next to me. And then I have my pot and my whisk. I hope everybody is ready to get started, and hopefully you have all that stuff and you've looked at the recipe or have it printed out or on your phone or something like that. So our first step here is to simmer our water. So we are going to turn up our heat, and we're going to go ahead and pour 3/4 of a cup water into our pot. I have a pretty big pot here, so it should simmer pretty quickly here. And like I said, I already preheated it. So I'm just going to turn the heat up a little bit. And our next step, so you guys can get ready, our next step is going to be to add in the cocoa powder. We're going to be adding in 3 tablespoons. So we're going to do that as soon as the water starts to simmer. So mine is starting to get there. I see a few little bubbles coming up. I did cheat, so I preheated my water, so it might be a little bit quicker than you guys at home. Okay, my water is ready here. So I have my cocoa powder, and I am going to just add in 3 tablespoons. So I'm gonna get a little closer to the camera here so you can see how I'm measuring, because that's very important to baking. So I'm going to just kind of fluff up my cocoa powder and then just gently scoop it. I have the tablespoon here, and then I know you can't really see if you can see it right here. Okay, so then I'm going to just take my finger and I'm going to level it off. Okay. You want to be pretty precise when it comes to baking. So you're going to do 3 tablespoons. Remember to level off each tablespoon. Okay, and now I'm going to just quickly whisk it. You want to get started whisking right after you put the cocoa powder in here. And what I'm looking for when I'm whisking, I'm looking for these lumps to kind of break apart. So you don't want a lumpy hot chocolate. It's happened to the best of us, but we want a nice silky smooth hot chocolate. So I'm just whisking until I see that it's nice and smooth. It shouldn't take you too long. Okay. That's looking good. And now something that's important with all of this is you want to always use good ingredients, you know? You want to try to pick out what looks like it's going to taste the best. That's important here. Okay, so it's whisking. It's getting kind of thick here. And I'm going to turn down my heat a little bit because I want to just keep it at a nice simmer. And I'm going to add my milk. So I have some milk. The recipe calls for 3 cups of whole milk. I'm using a combination of milks because that's what I have in my fridge. But if you use whole milk, then it's going to be a bit richer, but you can use any milks you like. Maybe you don't drink too much dairy. So you can use something like an oat or almond milk. I actually have some whole milk and I have some oat milk right here. So I'm going to use a combo. So 3 cups. I got 2 cups in this. So as I'm pouring this, I'm whisking it too. Just so it gets incorporated nice and evenly here. Now, because I added cold milk into this, it brought the temperature down a bit. So we want to bring it back up to a simmer. I'm going to put my temperature up a little higher again. And then we still have 1 more cup of milk to add. So this recipe should be enough for quite a few people here. Okay. So we have our milk, our cocoa powder, a little bit of water, and we're going to bring it back up to a simmer here. I'm still just whisking things. Okay. So our next step is to add in our chocolate and our sugar. So I am using some semi-sweet chocolate chips here. I got it all measured out. And by adding in the chocolate to our hot chocolate, it makes it nice and rich. So it's a little bit different than if you were just doing a powder mix or something like that. This is going to be really rich. This could be your dessert along with your graham cracker house. Okay. So I'm going to add to the pot now 3 tablespoons of sugar. We're using just this white granulated sugar here. I happen to have mine in this little jar here. And we're going to do the same thing that I showed you before with measuring. You're going to scoop it in and then you're going to level it off. So I might be getting my sugar a little dirty here, but that's okay. Going to level it off. So when you're getting cocoa powder, Now, usually if you're just getting regular cocoa powder, there's no sugar added to it. So that's why we are adding sugar to it right now to sweeten things up. The chocolate will also help that too. So this is my 3rd tablespoon going in. I give it another whisk. It's looking delicious. I can't wait to have some in just a few minutes. And then lastly, we're going to put in our chocolate chips. And they should melt pretty quickly in here. Just keep whisking. And you're just going to whisk until everything is melted here. So I don't know about y'all, but I like to top my hot chocolate with different things. So usually, you know, the normal kind of thing you see is marshmallows, which is always good, but you can do whipped cream. You could do a candy cane. Give it a nice like peppermint hot chocolate flavor. And you could also add different flavorings right into the hot chocolate. You could add peppermint extract. You could add vanilla extract. There's a lot of options here. You could add even like a caramel, salted caramel hot chocolate would be so good. So this is another thing where you can use your creativity just like you did with your graham cracker houses and see how it turns out. You really can't go wrong here. Okay. So I think mine is looking pretty good. I think I'm ready to drink it. So I'm just gonna pour myself a cup and I'll show you what the final product is, okay? Ooh, it looks good. Okay. I have my bag of marshmallows right here, ready to go in. So here's my hot chocolate. I'm gonna put the camera down a little bit. Oh, there we go. So there is my hot chocolate. I hope you guys have some delicious hot chocolate. That's the end of our little demo here, but I hope you guys take this recipe. Like I said, do whatever you want with it, make it fun, get creative, and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. This is really, really delicious. I've been thinking about your hot chocolate all day, so I'm really excited that we got to experience this with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's good.
Yes. Okay, y'all. So before we announce the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place winners, we want to recognize a rising star who is a promising junior engineer. The judges were so impressed by this young engineer, we decided to create a special award in the junior division. So can we get a little drum roll, virtual drum roll, please, for this promising engineer? His name is Andres Deckner, and he's in 2nd grade. Andres, our judges noted your house is the fanciest house on the block. You had exceptional curb appeal. That's what they named it as. So you and your family are going to receive a 1-year membership to the Perot Museum of Nature and Science.
Go to the museum.
Thank you.
Yes.
How are you, honey?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, baby. Tell us about your house.
We were using sprinkles kind of like for the lights. We were using graham crackers for like the house graham crackers, and then we were using frosting to stick everything on it.
Yes, it has a lot of frosting and it's very, very beautiful. Did you do the house with your siblings?
Yeah, and this is how it looks in the back.
Oh yeah, show us. How does it look? Can you put it up a little bit so we can see? Wow, that is so pretty. That's super awesome. Are you gonna eat it now?
We were using Twizzlers for the roof,
Yeah.
and this is something we use Twizzlers, one Twizzler for the door. We even made a little bench.
You did? What is the bench made out of?
A waffler and and the thing to hold it is peppermint.
That's
And,
really, really cool.
This no and it's comic candy.
Oh, wow. That's super creative, Andres. Are y'all gonna eat it now?
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you and your family for getting this award. You did wonderful.
Yeah.
Great job, Andres. And to all of the family, the Deckner family, thank you so much for participating.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely, y'all. Okay. Now, the moment we have all been waiting for, y'all. It's time to announce the winners of our first ever Holiday House Engineering Competition. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it to our judges to award the prizes. So Stephanie, will you help us announce our third place winner?
I would love to. Okay, our third place winners are Alexa and Javier. There we go. Alexa Jaimes and Javier Correa. Well done, guys. So Alexa, we loved your use of gumdrops on the roof. I also loved I think it's trees or towers in the front that you made with, it looks like Reese's and Hershey Kisses. I loved it. Really colorful and beautiful. And then Javier, what we loved about your house is your dog house there. Right now, we think it's a dog house, maybe a guest house, but you got two houses in there. And we also loved the open windows. That seems like it must have been pretty difficult to do, and you did a great job. So thank you guys, you did so well. Let's hear from Alexa about, let's see, where's Alexa?
Hi.
Hi, Alexa.
Hi.
Can you tell us about your house? What was your inspiration?
Well, actually, I'll admit that actually I had a teacher. Her name is Miss Alexander. I don't know if you guys know her. She recommended me. She was my fourth grade teacher. She texted me and she wanted my mom to do something, and well, she mentioned the competition and I got interested because she was the one teacher who made me make a gingerbread house for the first time in fourth grade. And well, I thought this was gonna be fun, mostly because I got to do it with my cousin. It was really fun for us. Um, but no, yeah, it was fun. I really liked that I made the house small because I had such a hard time making it big. I wanted to make it big, but it was such a hard time. The most challenging part was when it collapsed one time while I was building it. It was such a hard thing. I got so frustrated, but At the end, it turned out really well. I really was so happy. I was proud of myself. But yeah, I was very creative. I decided to stack up the candies as a Christmas tree, like little trees. I crumbled up some graham crackers to make it as extra snow. Um, and I used the little mints. Like I don't know what those are called.
Huh? The little starlight mints, I think.
Yes, those. I use those as windows.
Awesome. Well, you did such a great job, and I'm glad your house recovered from the first fall. We never would have known.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank
And
you.
let's hear from Javier. Javier? Okay, I think I see you there. What was your inspiration behind your house?
Well, my inspiration to build my house was my 8th grade technology teacher, Mr. Lowe. He recommended me to make the house because he thought I would be good.
Awesome. Well, I think he was right. You were excellent, and we loved your house. And as a prize for 3rd place, you will both be getting a treat basket from me, from Kuluntu Bakery, filled with lots of goodies. So thank you guys. Well done.
Yes, congratulations, Alexa and Javier. Once again, let's give them a virtual round of applause for their 3rd place tie. Okay, Linda, can you help us announce our 2nd place winner?
Sure. So I'm so excited to be able to tell you that our 2nd place winner is a 6th grader named Emmanuel. And we chose Emmanuel Kalunga's design here because it was absolutely the best overall presentation and included impeccable landscaping. Now, I'm not sure if Emmanuel is on the call. If you are, go ahead and raise your hand or come on board. Not sure if he is here or not, but as you can see in the image here, there was a tremendous amount of detail that he put into this design here. I cannot imagine how much time it took and how much effort was put into this beautiful house. In fact, I would live there. So I am honored to be able to say that Emmanuel, as the 2nd place winner of the Gingerbread House building contest this year, you will receive a 1-year membership to the Perot Museum of Nature and Science. And we look forward to having you and your family visit us.
He'll be able to hang out with you with the dinosaurs, Linda. So this will be great. It'll be wonderful. Congratulations, Emmanuel. Wherever you are, congratulations. We're super excited. Look at that wonderful gingerbread house that you made. So absolutely, absolutely stellar. Okay, are we ready for our 1st place winner? Oh, I'm getting really nervous. Let's find out. Kanan, will you help us announce our 1st place winner?
Absolutely, looking forward to it. So our 1st place winner is 6th grader Elise Mowbray. Yay! Your design was very inspired. It demonstrates ingenuity. Lots of problem solving goes into it. You have an eye for design, and I am absolutely certain that you have a promising career in engineering or architecture in your future. I think you can do whatever you want. Having said that, I'm very thrilled to invite you to Texas Instruments to experience virtually what it will be like to be an engineer, and also award you with a wireless speaker made of parts that other TI engineers have actually created. So congratulations again, and fantastic job.
Thank you.
Elise, do you want to tell us a little bit about your gingerbread house, baby?
Yeah. My ingredients to make it were graham crackers, marshmallow cream, pretzels, blue food dye, icing made from confectioner's sugar, Nerds, Hershey's, and individually wrapped Sour Patch Kids. I used a quarter scale for a home, meaning that for every foot on a full scale home, my graham cracker house had 0.25 inches. I began by building a base out of graham crackers, using a hobby knife to make sure it was precise. This is something I did for the entirety of the build. Next, I built walls and supports, and finally, the roof came on top. Once all that was done, I added details such as snow, a hockey rink, and Sour Patch Kids. A challenge I faced while building my home was creating the original plan because I had to figure out how the graham crackers would fit together ahead of time. The limited amount of materials also created a challenge. Once I had finished, there were only 3 graham crackers left. I learned that it is helpful to make a plan before starting building and have an image in your mind of how it should look like in the end. I enjoyed the chance for creativity and creating my graham cracker home provided. I could choose a number of food items to represent parts of a home, the layout of a home, and then make it. It was also fun to work with my dad on it.
Wow.
Again, I'll just repeat what I said. Fantastic job. It was very nice looking at your work, and it turned out very, very nicely.
Thank you.
Super impressed, Elise. Really, really wonderful job. And again, congratulations, a virtual round of applause for you. I'm really excited for you. And I think you'd be better at engineering than me. I'm super impressed by all of your planning. It really, really turned out really well. So congratulations again, Elise. And thanks for participating. Okay. Thank you to all of our judges and everyone and all of the students and everyone who participated in this year's Home for the Holiday event. This is super, super fun. We hope that you all enjoyed it. And so y'all did such an incredible job. Everyone deserves an honorable mention. And so we wanted to put together a little clip here so y'all could see some of our top finalists. And so check your mailbox for a small prize that will help you on your next engineering project. So let's watch. Wow, that was amazing to watch y'all. Y'all did amazing. Thank you to all the students and families who participated this year. I know I'm enjoying my hot chocolate here. Thank you again to the finalists, to the panelists. And I just wanted to reiterate that this event was brought to you by the TFA Partners of Teachers and Alumni. And if you'd like to help and sponsor more events like this, join the TFA PTA, and you can go to that by going to www.tfapta.org. And special thanks to all of our partners. So thank you again, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. Happy holidays and best wishes to everyone.